Hey folks, I'm Walter, and in light of the recent events down in Grand Turk with the Carnival Freedom, and before that, the Norwegian escape down in Puerto Plata, I think we need to talk again about 3 things you should always do and have for every single cruise. Now, number 1, before you even book the cruise, use a travel agent. They don't cost you anything, and they're an advocate on your side. They get their commission from the cruise lines. They don't care which cruise line. They'll get paid from any cruise line, but they're an advocate for you. Now, number 1, they can help you out before the cruise to make sure you're picking the right ship, the right cabin class, and the right itinerary that you want to do that will work for your interest. And then number 2, when something goes wrong, they have to get on the phone with the cruise line, not you. I mean, right now, so Carnival Freedom is out, so they sent the Conquest down there. All of these cruises are getting canceled and rearranged, and we don't know what's going on. Well, if you booked it yourself, you're going to be on the phone with Carnival for about, I don't know, you're going to be on hold for about the next week trying to get through to Carnival. Or you could call your travel agent and say, hey, we know things are going on. Tell us what our options are. And now the travel agent has to go ahead and deal with Carnival, and they are going to have specific folks that they can call that you don't have access to. Yeah, it might take them a couple of days, but they're probably going to get through to Carnival faster than you will. The travel agents don't cost you anything. Use a travel agent. And number 2, travel insurance. Okay, travel insurance primarily does 2 things. 1, if there's any changes at the last minute to your cruise and you can't go, or the cruise is changed, or something happens with the flight, the right traveler's insurance will reimburse you for any changes you have to make or cancellations that happen. Now, in the case of Carnival Freedom, Carnival made all of those changes and they've offered to give some reimbursement, but that may not cover all of those expenses. Any expenses beyond what Carnival is going to help you with, you're on the hook for that. If you don't have traveler's insurance, you're going to have to pay for all those changes yourself. And the second way traveler's insurance helps you out is if you get sick, you get hurt, you get incapacitated in some way on the ship or on the cruise. Now, if whatever happened to you is the fault of the cruise line, well, yeah, they're going to take care of everything. But if it's your fault or something that happened to you, well, you're on the hook for all of the expenses. And let me tell you, getting medical treatment on a cruise ship is not cheap. It's very, very expensive. Rebecca and I learned that. Luckily, we had traveler's insurance. Now, if you are to the point where the cruise line can't take care of you, I mean, there's just so much that the medical centers can do, they're going to get you off the ship at that next port of call, and then it's going to be up to you to pay for the medical insurance and up to you to get yourself home. The cruise line is not going to pay for you to get home. They might help you with the travel arrangements, but you're still going to have to pay to get yourself home. So that's what really good traveler's insurance does. It helps protect you against last minute changes, and if anything happens to you on the cruise, they're going to pay for the medical expenses and they will pay for your return travel home. And number 3, always travel with your passport. People go down to the Caribbean and they're like, well, I don't need my passport because I just need a driver's license and maybe, a birth certificate. Yeah, you can do that. But look at what happened on the Norwegian escape. The ship broke down in Puerto Plata. That's not the United States. That's not the home country of anybody who was on that ship, I don't think. So they all had to get home, and Norwegian flew everybody home. Now, those with a passport were able to get off the island pretty quickly, but those without a passport, they had to do a whole bunch more paperwork. Now, what's happening down in Grand Turk, it's almost unprecedented. Carnival Corporation canceled a cruise with probably 2,500 or more people on Memorial Day and said, we're going to cancel that cruise, lose all that money, we're going to send that ship down to get everybody off the Carnival Freedom. Now, normally, cruise lines do exactly what the escape did. They figure out a way to fly people home because they don't want to give up all the income that they're going to lose from canceling that cruise. So what Carnival's doing is absolutely remarkable, but you can't expect a cruise line, if your ship breaks down somewhere, you can't expect that they're going to send a ship for you. They're probably going to fly you home. And if you got to fly, having a passport is going to make it that much easier. Look, we have never needed the passport in 16 cruises, but if we do, it's with us. So there you go, folks. 3 things you should think about for every single cruise.